Welcome to Attainable Green. I'm Jess, and today we're going to be talking about Miltoniopsis, specifically a new addition, repotting, and some updates on how some of my Miltoniopsis are doing for the fall season. Since the weather is cooling down, the Miltoniopsis are doing much better than they have during the hot and dry summer season. The cooler weather and the higher humidity is definitely helping its growth. But before I dive in, I just want to share with you my new addition, which is the Lillian Nakamoto. With Halloween just around the corner, this is the perfect Miltoniopsis to display. It has a white background with this dark center in the lip. When this plant blooms during cooler temperatures, it definitely has the classic pansy face with the eyes on the petals giving it a purplish, pinkish tinge. I got this plant in bloom, and obviously the flowers themselves are kind of fading already. I won't be able to enjoy the flowers for much longer, but it's still a nice display. And I'm hoping that next year it will bloom around the same time, and it will definitely be a Halloween orchid. So next, I'm going to be doing a repotting of my Miltoniopsis vexillaria. This is a species Miltoniopsis that seems to do well in intermediate to slightly cooler temperatures. This plant I picked up a couple of months ago from Andy's Orchids, and it's potted in sphagnum moss in a net pot. This plant spent a lot of time outdoors in my side yard, so it got about 6 to 8 hours of sun and the rest of the time in shade. And I watered it almost every day or every other day, along with all the plants that are in my side yard. As it's going towards the cooler season, I definitely want to repot this plant because the sphagnum moss is starting to degrade. It looks like it's turning a little bit black, and I know that when the rains start coming in, this plant is not going to be able to dry out, and that is the cause of a lot of problems that I've had with Miltoniopsis. And I'm going to repot it in a mix of coconut husk, sphagnum moss, and perlite. So they're really not picky about media, but it really depends on having that combination between environment, watering practices, and media that makes growing Miltoniopsis successful. So after repotting it, I'm going to leave it for a week to sit and adapt. I'm not going to be watering the plant so that the roots have time to heal and for new roots to emerge and kind of seek out some watering sources. So I'm going to start off with the species. I already talked about the vexillaria, but I actually have two other ones. The first one is the Santaniei, and this one is the most warmth tolerant of all the Miltoniopsis species. And this one bloomed for me in the summertime with one bloom, and it was pretty lovely. Now this one is putting out 2 new growths, and I'm still keeping it on a mount. It is kind of crazy to have Miltoniopsis on a mount, but so far it's liking the conditions, so I'm not going to mess with it. If it starts to decline, then I might think of potting it up, but for now it seems fine on the mount. Next is the Miltoniopsis Pharynopsis. I picked up this one also in the summer season, and I potted it up in a small bark mix with perlite. And this one is doing fantastic. I have it indoors in an east-facing windowsill that gets morning light, and it's shooting out about 10 or so new growths. So I can't wait for that one to mature and see how it does. Now, moving on to the hybrids. For some reason, I think hybrids are a little bit trickier than the species Miltoniopsis. I'm not sure if that's because of where I'm sourcing these hybrids, but I think some of my hybrids tend to be a little bit more finicky than the species ones that I've had so far. So the first one I want to talk about is my Miltoniopsis Hajime Ono. Now I actually have 2 of the same plant. One is kind of a larger, almost specimen-sized plant that bloomed and had about 6 spikes this year with about 4 flowers each. So that one was great, and so far it's just shooting up a lot of new growths and new bulbs, so I know that next year will also be a great show. The smaller seedling size one has yet to bloom. I think it still needs another year or 2 before it's ready to bloom, but it's also looking really healthy as well. Next is the Cobbledick. Now this plant has kind of the yellowish pansy look, and this plant is also doing really well. I think it's putting out about 2 to 3 new growths that are slowly maturing, so I'll see if they will bloom again next year. I have a couple other Miltoniopsis hybrids, and overall they're just starting some new growths and maturing their new bulbs, and they're just looking really healthy. There's not too much to talk about when they're in its vegetative season, and I'll share with you how they look when they are starting to bloom. Miltoniopsis have a reputation for being fussy plants, but I think that with new breeding and new hybrids, a lot of these plants are not as fussy as they used to be. These plants are showstoppers when in bloom, and I can definitely see why a lot of people are drawn to them. I think the key to success with Miltoniopsis is picking a healthy plant to begin with. I've noticed that getting a Miltoniopsis from most orchid nurseries or even in the supermarkets, the root system has a 50-50 chance of being healthy. The best Miltoniopsis I have ever found was at an orchid show from a Miltoniopsis specific vendor, and they were only selling Miltoniopsis. So I trusted that vendor, and that is probably my healthiest and most vigorous plant that I have so far. Unfortunately, we don't have orchid shows available because of the pandemic at this time. So I think that is a little bit of a detriment in finding a healthy Miltoniopsis. But if you can find one for a good deal and you're willing to take the risk, then I think they're very worth it. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, Attainable Green, to follow along on my orchid growing journey. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!